Right, welcome back to another Rust and Custom production. We're doing the inbox review of Airfix's 1:72 scale Messerschmitt Me262 a-1a. This is a brand new kit from Airfix. It's only a couple weeks old, I think, at this point in time. So we'll start off with box art. As you can see, obviously we've got the aircraft itself, shooting down B-17s, and the marking option here on this B-17 is Skyway Chariot, and that's the same markings as Airfix's B-17G kit, so it's quite nice that they did that. If you have the kit, you can sort of maybe do a diorama or whatever. Now it shows all this riveting on it, and I don't believe that's actually on the kit, but yeah, it's quite nice box art. So the number down here is A03088. It's 1:72 scale. Not much to say else. On the side it's just repeated box art, and then another side the same, and then below it just has warnings and the sort of cartograph decal sign, which is quite a good sign. Hornby Hobbies, etc. And up here we have history. I'm not going to read it all out. If you can, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but you could probably pause that and read it. We get two marking options. One's the 9th slash, I can't pronounce it, it's camp. Yeah, I'm not going to even attempt to do that, but J54 Newberg der, yeah, Germany, March, April 1945, that's all I'm going to attempt. The same one, this is January 1945, Germany again. Paints you'll need are Humbrol number 11, well this is for both marking options, 11, 21, 24, 32, 33, 53, 56, 62, 240, 247. For marking stream A you're going to need additionally 253, and for marking stream B you're going to need 251, 252, and for the pilot you're going to need 61. One Airfix flying hours, still level 2. There's usually stuff on the back of the box, but I've noticed with the recent releases there isn't. I've not actually opened the bags, I don't think, for this kit, so yeah, we'll dive right in. One whole bag, which can cause sprue rub, but there's only 2-3 sprues. Take a look at the instructions. Sort of standard new Airfix type. So we have sort of specifications of the aircraft in several languages. I think it's British, French, German, Spanish. On the front sheet, obviously it says for best results, surfaces to be painted should be cleaned before parts. Yeah, you don't really need to do that unless parts are really greasy. We have it, yeah, again, just assembly instructions, icons, we all know sort of that stuff. I don't need to explain it. First off, we're putting together a cockpit tub. It's all a very dark grey colour. Then the seat goes in, foot pedals, control stick, which looks very thick. I'm not sure if that's totally accurate. Sort of side walls, sort of consoles. The control panel goes in from a sort of into another part, and then we've got this sort of cylindrical cockpit insert, which I've never seen before, and obviously you can have your pilot painted up, and then you've got parts of the wheel well going in, and then your cockpit plugs into that. You don't actually put the cockpit in when you're putting the fuselage halves together. Silver, I'm not entirely sure. Paint options, yeah, I think that's if like it's just paint option, so you can use any of those 3 paints for that internal section. Obviously fuselage together, the bulkhead, the wings go in with the cockpit. You can open up your stand holes, the sort of landing gear bay going in. Remember your weights I'd put at least 10 grams in, not 5, because they're always a bit sort of ropey on that front. Right, on the other side we have the stabilizers thrown onto the top. The stabilizers don't look positionable, but it gives you, it has to be like sort of level 90 degrees, I think. Then we've got the engines, we've got the sort of nose cone part at the back going in, the blades, exterior colour obviously if you're doing different options. It just generally going together. You've obviously got the two halves coming together. I'm not sure how well that'll fit. Yeah, it's not that difficult by the looks of it. And then you've got those engines going in. You can either have the undercarriage up or down. It looks quite nice for these drawings. Not sure how accurate. We've got weighted wheels, which is nice to see. They're going on. And canopy can either be open or closed, something you can't do with the Revell kit. And then finally we've got stencil placement. So that's that done. Next we have a sort of little poster of the paint guide. Again, I don't know how accurate these colours are. It's the new sort of Humbrol RLM range. I'll probably, if I get around to building this, either extra acrylics or Tamiya mixes, or maybe even Revell mixes, I don't know. I will be using Humbrol, I can tell you that. So obviously it just tells you there what you're doing. You've got that one. I'd probably be doing this one just because I like the checker design on the tail. But yeah. Next is the decals, which are Cartograph decals. I mean, they're quite nice. They're not too flat. The paper's got a weird sort of pattern to it, but I'm sure the decals will be all good. You can read all the writing. Obviously, I don't know what it says because it's all in German. Yeah, the control panel looks a bit sort of funny. I would prefer if it was a molded detail, and obviously you get your wee bit of paper to stop it from sticking it to anything. Now onto the actual parts. With a knife. What's over here? Right, so first we'll start off with the fuselage halves. I'll go grab Revell's Me262 just to compare. Right, there's Revell's one, and I've got Frogs as well. So we can compare surface detail and stuff. Obviously, Frog, I think this is early 70s tooling, excuse the bad paint job. I built it about a year or 2 years ago. Yeah, this is all riveted, raised stuff, so it won't really compete with the Airfix, so I'll just pop out the way. But as you can see, in comparison, the Airfix panellings look a lot shallower compared to the Revell one. Obviously, excuse the bad paint job. This is all brush painted, and their seam lines are still visible and all that stuff. Yeah, it looks like Revell have done a better job on the surface detailing, although there isn't actually the rivets on this. There is on the bottom, we can check that out. But yeah, it's quite heavy. I mean, it's not as good as some of the sort of Edward stuff. Inside we have some ribbon. I don't know how accurate that is. I'm pretty sure because I think they went to the museum at Hendon, was it? I'm not entirely sure. And they have like photographed it and heavily in 3D scanned it or something along the lines of that. And then you've got your cockpit tub, which looks quite small. You've got your gun sight, which isn't got a bit of clear plastic, I don't think. Yeah, but that's it for that sprue. This one, tops of the wings. Then it's all nice and crisp, it's just a bit heavy, and there's no riveting. Then you've got your drop tanks, up undercarriage, a real sort of antenna hoop, and then the tail fins. And then here, yeah, we've got riveting detail, but I think it is heavier than the Revell stuff. And also it doesn't appear in the same places. There are riveting in these straps, but there isn't on the Airfix one. Right, we've got our pilot, which is just looks like our standard one. He looks very softly moulded. I wouldn't use him. But the wheel well here looks all nice, good. Chair, no seat belts, I don't think at all. No decals either. Nope. And then obviously our control stick, it does look a bit fat. So I don't know how accurate that is. Maybe it'll be easier to cut it out because it won't snap as easy. Engine parts, we've got nice fan detail in here. The wheel hubs look really good. And the wheels are in one, well, they're two piece, but the tyres are one piece, so that'll save you having to fill and sand the join. On the inside, you've just got ribbon detail. There's injector pins in here. I don't know how well you'll see them. Here we've got one ejector pin up on the top there, but you're not going to see that when it goes together. But yeah, sprue gates, they all look reasonably small. There's nothing that's going to be any difficulty to take off. Right, that's all the sort of main sprues done. Now we've got clear parts. I'm going to just cut open the bag a wee bit. This is working out. Right, so the front bit actually forms part of the fuselage, which I've not seen done by Airfix before, I don't think. Obviously on their B-17, the sort of whole side plating's done at the front. All that's glass work. It's fogged up, so you know where to paint and where not to. As for lensing, it's quite difficult to see. It is obviously lensing because of the scale of the thing, but it's looking for any imperfections in it. There's a touch of haziness in this area, sort of here, but it's, don't know if it'll be visible on camera. But anyway, so I think that's about it for the Airfix 1/72 scale new tool Messerschmitt Me262 a-1a. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks.